Look and Find. Do you guys like Look and Find books where you have to find pictures? Yeah. It's a Look and Find and it's a Christmas edition. Ooh. All right. Here's Mr. Dave Paul.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Thank you for having me here. I really appreciate. I'm super excited to read this book to you. The book is called The Hiccups, Wild Waterslide Race, and it is the 5th book that all have this Hiccups character. Now, why did I choose Hiccups? It all stems from my son, who is now 9. He had the hiccups so many times when he was a baby, like 3, 4, 5 times a day. And one morning I just decided to write a poem for him, and it was all about his hiccups. And then I decided I thought it'd be really cool if I turned this poem into a book for my son, so he would have a book dedicated to him. And so that was the very first Hiccups book. And then the second Hiccups book, I have a daughter, and of course, how would you feel if you had a brother or sister and they had a book dedicated to them, but you didn't? So I had to write another book for my daughter, and then it turned into kind of a passion of mine. So that's how I ended up writing books, and that's how I ended up with these Hiccups characters. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. This book is called The Hiccups, Wild Waterslide Race. Oh, and the reason I got the Wild Waterslide Race is because I told my son a story, a bedtime story, and he said, "Dad, this is the best story you've ever told me. You should turn it into a book." So him and I actually worked on this book together. So it's extra special for me. Smack dab in the middle of Gigglemus region on planet Buto, where the Hiccups are from, is the tallest, most awesome water slide in the entire universe.
God! That's a water slide. Oh my gosh. I don't know.
There are 50 ladders side by side towering into the clouds. There are 5,280 steps on each ladder. The top of the ladders are 1 mile above the ground. The slides are 3.69 miles long, and they are made from a super strong crystal clear plastic. These water slides are super duper epic. The Hiccups love to water slide. They water slide for fun, exercise, and for sport. Every year, millions of Hiccups gather to watch the World Water Sliding Championship. It's been voted the most awesome thing to do in the universe for 11 straight years.
Oh my God. Wow.
The contestants, the Hiccups, wear bright neon-colored swim gear that glow in the dark. When the sun goes down, the competition begins. The fans get to see a magical art show in the sky, sort of like a fireworks show, but with no loud explosions. So how exactly does a water slide competition work?
By racing. By racing. Who's the fastest racer? Yeah, what if they have to compete?
Water sliding is a fierce action sport that requires a combination of, number 1, endurance. The first part of the competition is the ladder climb. You must climb the 1 mile high ladder. You have to do it fast. Number 2, reflexes. The second part of the competition is the slide maze. While sliding up to 100 miles per hour with freezing cold water splashing in your face, you must follow the green arrow to the correct path down the slide. Number 3, acrobatic skills. And finally, if you navigate down the correct water slide, there are 3 jumps. 2 big jumps and 1 really big jump, where you must flip and twist to impress the judges. thousands of Hiccups trained for this epic competition. Only 50 will qualify. This is Dirk. Dirk is a water sliding champion. He has won a lot of water sliding competitions. He has won the championship for 3 years in a row. He is also 1 win away from winning the championship for 4 years in a row. That's called the Quattro H2O. No Hiccup has ever done this. This is Enna and her twin sister, Anne. They are super sliding sisters. They have tied for second place 3 years in a row. They have never won first place. Dirk is the only person who can beat them. Dirk, Enna, and Anna are all friends. They have respect for one another. They train together. They challenge each other to become better. They support each other, and they have fun together. To get ready for this year's competition, they did 36,500 wall squats, 73,000 push-ups, and spent 1,095 hours playing Dancer Revolution. The day is finally here. 50 of the best water sliders in the world are getting ready to race. They have 15 minutes before the sun goes down and the race begins. Dirk, Enna, and Anne ate a healthy pre-race meal. They are now finishing up their stretches to make sure their bodies are ready to race. The contestants have 15 minutes before the sun goes down to get into their starting tube. The sun is set, and they're off. The 125th World Water Sliding Championship is officially underway. Dirk takes the early lead as he climbs his ladder at a world record pace. Enna and Anne got off to a slow start, but they know they need to remain calm and focus on climbing one rung at a time. Enna and Anne keep their pace steady, just like they trained. They begin to slowly catch up to Dirk. Oh no! Dirk has snagged his goggles on the 0.75 mile checkpoint marker. Enna, Anne, please help me, yells Dirk. I'm stuck. Anne says to Enna, if we don't help him, we can finally win this competition. Enna responds, maybe, but if you were stuck, would you want somebody to help you? Anne says, well, yeah, I guess, but that's different. He's already won 3 times. It's our turn to win. It's not about winning, Anne. It's about doing the right thing, says Enna wisely. And we've trained for this. We can do the right thing and still win. Anne helps Dirk. Thank you, Anne, says Dirk. My pleasure, says Anne with confidence. Dirk starts climbing the ladder as quickly as he can. He yells down to Enna and Anne, see you at the finish line. Dirk is the first one to make it to the top of the 1 mile climb, followed by Enna and Anne. Now it's time for the fun part.
The fun part.
You're about to see the fun part.
Oh, they gotta jump off?
The 3 start to race down the water slide, followed by the 47 other contestants in their glowing swim gear. You can hear screams of whee all the way at the bottom where the fans sit. As the contestants speed down the water slide, they dodge beach balls and trapdoors that will eliminate them from the competition. They slide to the left and to the right of the tube, collecting colored rings that will give them extra points. The hardest part is navigating the maze. Green arrows pointing left or right appear only 1 second before the water slide splits. If they go the way the arrow says, they stay on the correct path to complete the maze. If they go the wrong way, they are eliminated. Oh no, Enna has been eliminated. She went the wrong way. Durf hits the first big jump. He does 3 backflips and a full twist and lands on his butt. The judges give him a 10, a 9, a 10, and a 9. Anne hits her jump and does a 1080 screwdriver and lands on her back. The judges give her a 9, a 10, a 9, and a 10. Anne hits her next big jump and does a 3 rotation cartwheel and lands on her butt. The judges give her a 10, a 10, a 10, and a 10. Perfect score. Durf and Anne are neck and neck. They're about to hit the really, really, really big jump at the same time. They look at each other and do a double front flip into a high five, and then a double front flip, and they both land it. They race to the finish line and cross at the exact same time. Who won? It's a tie. That's the end of the book. They finished in a tie.
Yay!
I have time for questions. Does anybody have any questions they'd like to ask?
Eleanor.
Can you say that one more time?
Oh, you have for your birthday? You took 4 for your birthday? Good job.
Happy birthday.
Does anybody have a question about the book? Laura, do you have a question about the book? Steve, what's your question about the book? The tubes, do the tubes make them fall in the pool? That's a good question.
The question was, do the tubes make them fall in the pool? That's correct. So if they go the wrong way, they get exited down a tube and into a pool. And that's where they end their competition.
Wes?
They do the maze they turn around every time.
Oh, so when they do the maze, do they turn around every time? Yeah.
The question was, if they do the maze, do they turn around every time? So the maze is a series of splits. And there's a green arrow, and then there's a red X. And if they go the direction of the green arrow, they stay in the race. That's the maze. And then if they do the X, that's when they go down the tube and into the pool, and they have to watch the rest of the race from the sidelines. So the illustrator is actually the funny name of a company. It's called Design Pickle. I worked there for 4 years while I was writing these books, and they had lots of illustrators that worked there, and I used their illustrators.
That's fun.
That's a great question. So they tied. They got 9-10, 9-10, then 10-9, 10-9, and then they got perfect tens. And then when they hit the jump together and they did the high five, they both got the same score. So that's how they ended up in a tie.
Buddy.
The question is this a repeating book? The race goes again and again. I guess if you read the book over and over, you can keep reliving the race.
Jordan.
The question was, what was the first book that I made? And the first book that I made was just called Hiccups, and that was the one that was the poem that I had originally written my son. And then the second book is called Hiccups again.
For your daughter.
AJ.
So the question is, what was the original poem? So the original poem, I have the book here. I actually turned the original poem into the book. I just had each line illustrated into a page. And so I took the poem, I had artwork drawn for it, and then I put the words of the poem in the page. So it turns out to be the full book.
Okay, 2 more. Asher?
What was your last book?
What is your last
Oh, the question is, what was my last book? And my last book is Hiccups, but it's a Christmas theme, and it's one of those Find It books where you're looking for certain objects that are hidden in the picture. I have some in there. And then the book before that, I've actually just published 2 books in the last 3 months. I have a Halloween edition as well.
This has all different Christmas themed pages. Look and find stuff. Cool. Okay, Gideon.
How did you make the colors?
How did you make the colors?
The question is, how did I make the colors? And the answer to that is the illustrator does that. So my illustrator for the book happened to be Design Pickle. And when they illustrate it, they first draw a picture on paper, and based on that picture, I say, hey, I like that picture, or I don't think that picture goes with the words. They draw it, and then they scan it into a computer, and they turn the drawing into line art, and then they color it, and then they add all the shadings to it.
Okay, and then we have a lot of other questions. Just a few more, and then we've got to get all of you back to class. Ben.
Are the hiccups our size or just small?
A big question is, are the hiccups our size or small? And that is a very good question. They are your size.
Jazz? Are they what? Are they cats?
The question is, are the hiccups cats? No, the hiccups are, they're their own little character. They kind of look like minions, but they're blue. And they are much more funny than the minions.
Okay, Mrs. McKay.
How many books are in your series?
The question is, how many books are in the series right now? 7.
Zoe.
The question is, do the hiccups have their own world? And the answer to that is yes. They live on a planet called Buto, which in the very first book, it talks about how to get rid of the hiccups, and you can get scared. Boo, right? You scare boo. So Buto is the planet they live on.
Okay, I know you guys have lots of other questions, but I think we need to get everybody back to class. So can you guys all say thank you, Mr. Ball?
Thank you, Mr. Ball.
You're very welcome.
And for those of you who turned in order forms for any of the books, we will bring, Mr. Ball's going to sign the books that you ordered, and we will bring them around to your classrooms. But they're also available on Amazon, so I'll send out the link to all your parents in case you guys want to ask for them for the holidays. Books are always a great gift, right?
Yep.
Okay, well, thank you everybody for coming this morning. Thanks again, Mr. Ball, for reading to us about the hiccups. And we're going to let the little ones go first. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Get your question.
Bye, guys. Have a good day. Be your best
This way, preschool.
I got that.